Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Mr. Telford United himself, Mr. Joe Edwards. Joe, Leamington 2, Bucks 2. Do you feel it was a fair result at the end of the day?
Yeah, on the balance of it, I think it was a fair result. Initially, on Telford's perspective, you're probably coming out of it thinking they did enough to get the win. Of course, Andre Brown missing a penalty.
Sure.
John Royal having a decent chance towards the end as well. But reflecting on it in a few days, I think they'll look back on it as a valuable point. Leamington have been in good form. It's a tough place to come. They're really getting your faces.
They are physical.
Yeah, the most physical side I've seen Telford face so far. So, certainly this season at least. I mean, you wouldn't want to come here in December.
No, you wouldn't. No.
I mean, the pitch is all right at the moment, but I think it has a tendency to cut up a bit.
Steady.
And I think Telford will be thankful they've played them this early on, and they'll be thankful that they've come away with a point.
And look, Leamington started the better of the two sides, I think, and deservedly went 1-0 up. Yeah,
they did, and I think their main aim was to try and knock Telford off balance, try and upset the apple cart a bit. Telford had made 5 changes from the win against Chester at the weekend,
which was interesting compared to Leamington, who only made 1 through an enforced change as well. So different theories.
That's it. I think Telford were looking to freshen things up a bit, and perhaps didn't have that quite that same rhythm because of that. And Leamington got right in the face. He's got a penalty early on. Seemed a little bit soft, handball, but fair play to Stenson, who steps up and takes it. Had Max Bramley, the Telford keeper, even gone the right way, don't think he would have got to it.
It's good strike.
Good penalty. But credit to Telford, they kept plugging away and
got into the game.
And it got to the half-hour mark, and kind of Leamington, because they pressed so high and with such intent, naturally dropped off a little bit, and Telford were finding more and more pockets of space, got themselves a free kick on the edge of the area, and fair play to Adam Dawson, sticks it away. Question marks over the keeper, could have done a little more, got perhaps tipped it round the post, but from that
animated captain, wasn't he?
He was animated.
Interesting to watch him.
Yeah, almost pirouetting every time he got the ball in his hands, but it was good strike from that range. 20 yards, got the power, got it up and over the wall, and got it down as well. So difficult effort to stop. So 1-1 at half time, and it was going well.
It was, and then Andre Brown with a fantastic header, 2-1, and you think there's only one team who's potentially going to go on and win this game. Yeah,
and Brown, fair play to him. I mean, he's
great header.
He didn't have a sniff really the first half, and to keep his cool and get that one chance comes, kind of takes the power off the cross to just guide it into the corner. Fantastic finish. A proper striker's goal. Of course, he had the penalty later on after the leveller for Leamington, which was a scrappy
I mean,
goal.
that was a proper lower league goal.
Proper non-league goal. There was an advert for the division. It was that. The corner comes in. Nobody can decide whether they want to clear it. The bar,
melee,
and it
kind of back out.
Comes off Jamie Hood's shin and just bobbles over the line. And then Brown, pretty much straight after that,
seconds after that,
gets tripped in the box. He's already scored a penalty this season, so he grabs the ball, steps up and takes it, broad shoulders, but bit of gamesmanship from Leamington,
cutting up the penalty spot. It took forever to even get to the penalty.
It knocked him off his stride a bit. Wasn't an awful penalty, but it was a good height for Breeden to make the save, and it wasn't straight down the middle. It was fairly into the corner, but nice height. But on the balance of it all, good point.
Look, 7 unbeaten,
finishing August unbeaten. Fans would have snatched your hand off for that. Had you been offered that at the start. His team is developing really nicely. I like the front two, Udo and Brown. They've got pace, and they're clever as well. They're not just pacey. They've got a bit about them as well. So I think Telford can, turn a fair few heads this season. Let's not get too carried away.
Sure.
Of course, the third. It's early days, but
from what you've seen so far, do you think come the end of the season, if everything goes according to plan and they get a bit of luck on the way, that they can be in the mix for the playoffs come the end of the season?
Yeah, definitely. When it goes down to 7th, you can't really rule anyone out.
No.
If you have teams, even in the relegation places early on, if they have a run over Christmas, then they're in there. When it goes down that far down, you're always kind of opening the door to anybody to sneak in late on. So Telford in my view, should be aiming for that, really. Gavin Cowan, the manager, who's kind of playing things down a little bit at the moment.
As you would,
saying anything above 14th, which they finished last season, would be a success. I mean, let's not forget Telford do not have one of the biggest budgets in the division. They're not, absolutely, paying big wages for this level.
Sure.
But yeah, the crowds are coming back. Good following here today.
Great following today.
Yeah.
Loud, noisy, made themselves heard.
Yeah, I think
feisty.
But made more noise than the Leamington.
They did, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So fair play to them. A feisty bunch today. Good results. They'll go home happy because they've seen a side. Although they haven't got the win, they've gave their absolute all there, and I think that's what Telford fans want. They're not going to win every week, and there will be losses to come, I'm sure. But these players are giving their all, and the fans can't ask for any more than that.
No, that's all you can ask for. Leamington 2, Telford 2. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to shropshirestars.com.